and welcome to That Happens, the show where we talk Jeff through tech support. I'm your host, Spencer Crittenden, and I got Jeff coming into you live. I'm going to put him on the phone. What's up, Jeff?
Yeah, my Bluetooth, my old ass steam-powered Mac computer just took a dump, and there's Bluetooth does not exist on my desktop computer anymore. So I plugged in new headphones. The meeting is being recorded. Got it.
And he's coming into the room. He's coming into the Zoom, folks.
Let me screw with my audio settings.
Yeah, because I can't hear you. The folks, he is in the Zoom, but we cannot hear him. He is muted. You might want to click the mute button. There we go. I see the mute button. Okay, I just hung up on Jeff because Jeff has just joined the Zoom. So we were trying to tech support, and it wasn't going well because the computer just took a long time to boot up, and that right, Jeff? That kind of ate up most of our tech support time. It sucked. I wish we could have actually done some investigation, right? Oh, did we lose Jeff?
We've lost Jeff again.
Oh no! Oh boy!
Can you hear me on this speaker?
Oh, I just heard you. I don't know if now's the time for experimentation. I think, if we could hear you, it's just like, we could do it, I don't know.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Wave your hand if you can hear me, Spencer.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
But you can't hear me. Yeah. And why can't you see
working?
So if you're going to go into the bottom left-hand corner with the mic button, you can select a speaker. I missed you guys.
I can't hear or see you.
Oh, but, right. I can't instruct him because he can't hear me.
Is it same as system? Nod yes or no, or is it built-in output headphones? Hold up one for same as system.
Well, why don't you try both? But he can't hear us, so I don't know how to communicate. Say. Well, maybe we just tell him to do one, and then he does the other. And so this is, I don't know if he can hear me, but this is what happens a lot of the time. And I don't, it's comedic in the sense that, it's horrible, and I don't know what to do. Can you hear us, Jeff?
Yes. Okay. Sorry. I'm a little flustered. Here's the reason why I couldn't hear you guys. I forgot to take off my Bluetooth. Oh, let me start my video here.
I'm so good.
I'm an idiot is what's going on over here, everybody.
It's not that you're an idiot. It's that this shit's complicated, and it just, there's just a lot. There's a lot.
I got to put my camera up. I haven't even done that
so we saw
yet.
A camera, and I don't know what that was looking for. I was hoping it wasn't Jeff, and it wasn't, because folks, we got Jeff on camera, and isn't he looking handsome, folks?
You can see me?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, hey, there I am. We fucking did it. Let me turn on my my ring light so I look amazing.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Let me turn on my second ring light. That's too much, I think. I'll turn that off.
I was so freaked out about not having Bluetooth. And before, just for art department, I had put these headphones right over here that I could have at any point plugged into the back of my shitty computer. And then I could have put these on instead of leaving these on, which can't work right now.
Yeah, what's interesting about that is I think in the past we've had problems, and I was like, can you plug in, wired headphones? And I never got a straight answer. So I was like, maybe there's not a working headphone jack, because anytime we have any of these problems, the easiest and most functional solution every single time would simply be to grab those and plug them in. It would just almost instantly solve every problem. It just won't fix your Bluetooth. It'll solve my problem. That's the thing, is you and I have slightly different problems, because you're like, my whole fucking computer's slow. I got the Bluetooth, it's not working. And my problem is I got to get Jeff on the show before it starts, so they're related problems, but they're not quite the same.
Exactly. How do there we go. I'm still fiddling around with my screen, so I get things as I like them.
Jeff's screen is brought to you by the Exotic Soda Company. The Exotic Soda Company. When you want the island breeze of a tropical freeze and what you got there? And you need a sweet corn soda from Uncle Mel or whatever the fuck his name is. Turn to
Lester's Fixins.
Lester's Fixins. Yeah, not Mel. Lester. Jesus Christ. Isn't Lester just an inherently repulsive name? Like it leaves your mouth like a curse. Lester.
Unless you're from England and you live in Leicester, which is spelled differently.
Like Leicester?
It's kind of one of those.
So are we going to start over from the top, or are we leaving all this in?
We're leaving it in.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the show. This is what was happening. I mean,
that was happening.
That was happening. That happened. You know, and that happens. It happens all the time to us, we've never been able to share.
People want to peek behind the curtain and see how the sausage is actually made here at That Happens. Yeah.
As the Hollywood Handbook boys say, we like to maintain translucency, total translucency.
Now, here's the problem. If we can go back to my tech woes.
Yes.
On these headphones, I can't on these Bluetoothy ones, the iPod Maxes. I can hear myself talk without being muffled through this. Like you can actually hear.
Yeah, you don't cancel your own voice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why these are so nice. That mine actually is turned off right now, so I can hear myself, and I sound like shit. But I just wanted to share and reveal something about myself, that you were pulling those headphones off to comment on them, and my heart sank, because I was like, if he doesn't put this on, we might just have another problem on our hands, and I'll be like, well, I don't know how to communicate with them, and that's on me. And Jeff, Kevin, you got to put the camera on Jeff for that visual bit to land. The camera moves around, you guys. It bounces around, and well, whatever. What's up? How's it going, Jeff? How was your week?
It was pretty uneventful. Not a whole lot happened. I've had a little bit of downtime, but between our next shows on the road, so I've just been. Well, yeah, I've been binge watching two things. Mm-hmm. My days and nights consist of the Winter Olympics, because I really like the Winter Olympics, and I'm re-binging for the third time Columbo, the old TV show, because it's the greatest. It's the greatest show in the world.
What do you watch that on?
It's on Sundance Channel. The Sundance Channel just does like huge, like 2-3 day long. Like you can watch all of, I don't know, Firefly. I'm making that up, but
sure, yeah.
Episode 1, I thought I'd seen all, if not most of them, but it turns out I have not seen a lot of Columbus, because it was on. It started like in the mid 70s, like 76, and was on until the early 90s. The episode 1, season 1, is called Murder by the Book, and directed by a young Steven Spielberg. I did not know that. It's a very good. It's a very good episode.
Columbo, huh? What's is that the guy where he says one more thing, or is that one of the other detectives?
No, that's him.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
He's a schlubby little busybody who keeps like ingratiating himself to people and acting like he's a moron, but he's super smart.
Abed will argue that that's the greatest show ever made.
Abed and I agree on very few things. No, that's not true at all. But I agree with Abed on that. It really is fantastic. And the format of the show, if you've never seen or heard of it, a famous or semi-famous guest star, that you start on them, they commit a very crafty, very complicated, like perfect crime murder. Or sometimes it could just be a murder of passion or of opportunity or whatever. Mm-hmm. And because they're the first person you see, they're the protagonists. But you do know that at any moment, there's going to be a guy walking in your backyard looking around, and it's going to be Peter Falk. And he ends up usually befriending them. Like they end up respecting each other, because the people are usually like authors or chess geniuses or scientists or mind readers. And so, schlubby little Lieutenant Columbo has to get to the bottom of it.
Now, did you like Murder, She Wrote? Because I've heard people argue that those two shows are identical, but nobody likes both shows.
I don't think I've seen a whole episode of Murder, She Wrote, but I'll check it out. Because they're both kind of like, I love old like crime solving detective novels. I don't really like procedural cop shows. Like Law and Order doesn't appeal to me. I'm sure it's great. People love it. But I like, there's an author, Georges Simenon, he's French, and he wrote 1 million books. Mm-hmm. And he had a detective called Maigret, Chief Inspector Maigret. And he's I really think that they were both based on things like that. And what's her name? Agatha Christie, where they're not, no one gets brought down to the station and interrogated under a lamp, you know? It's not like there's no one is being grilled in jail or stuff like that. They're just constantly going to their house and bothering them and looking through the fireplace to see if the umbrella is there. And also, like, the murderer might be Dick Van Dyke. In that episode, I don't know if it was that one, an early episode, a waitress comes by and Columbo doesn't know what to order. And she's all pissed off. And she has like maybe 3-4 lines. And it's Jamie Lee Curtis, like a really young, gorgeous Jamie Lee Curtis. So it's fun to go back in time and watch all that shit. There's a Johnny Cash episode, which is worth watching.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a good show. I mean, it seems like it's well plotted, right? Which is good, you know, if you're trying to learn to write and stuff, storytelling, it seems good.
Yeah, right? it's a little tiny bit over the top, where it's, you know, the writing is pretty not like there's one with Louis Jourdan, where Louis Jourdan is a famous chef and he kills somebody by feeding them fugu, that poisonous blowfish.
Yeah.
And he has to get away with that. And Columbo's always the biggest fan. Oh, you know, my Mrs. Columbo, she loves your cookbook so much. Oh, could I get an autograph? Oh, here. And it's Louis Jourdan is one of my favorite actors. He goes, you know, Lieutenant Columbo, you disappoint me. That line is in almost every episode. It's like you're acting stupid and like you disappoint me. You're much smarter than this, and it's great. Anyway,
that's his act, right? Is he's acting stupid, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think he tries to come in low, and
right,
so that the people always think that they're smarter than him, and then they start making mistakes.
Yeah.
So he lets them kind of step in it and stuff. There's one with Ricardo Montalban where somebody dies in a bull ring, and he's a famous Mexican matador. That's a great one.
You know, I didn't even know. I just had to double check that the Olympics were happening. I mean, I don't think the Olympics have ever happened with less fanfare or it's been less across my radar. It's not like I follow this stuff, but
first it's the Winter Olympics, so it's not like the big Summer Olympics. Also, it's in Beijing, and China is being a piece of shit, you know. And
so those Uyghurs.
Yeah, and so
they're doing really fucked up crimes against humanity, removing organs, fucked up, like the murder van shit. Like, honestly,
Chinese murder vans.
Yeah, that was never a joke.
Rob's t-shirt sales just spiked.
Yeah.
The opening ceremonies, Xi Jinping was up there in the stands, like Mussolini or Hitler, you know, just like a proper dictator. And thank God, the stadium was limited to a very small number of spectators. If otherwise, it would have been completely packed with adoring, cheering fans. Also, his main homie, Vladimir Putin, attended, and they were hanging out with each other. And when they do at the opening ceremony, all of the countries march out, all the athletes representing, you know, Moldova, United States of America, and Sweden, and there's flag bearers and all this shit. When Ukraine came out, they cut to Vladimir Putin up in a skybox, and he was like, "We're like, is he asleep? Was he asleep?"
Jeff is doing a really specific face. That
okay.
Sinister but casual, kind of disrespectful.
I'll talk to the cameras on me. He just kind of looking like he was asleep, but he wasn't asleep, because right when the Ukraine went off, he cheered back up. He just wouldn't look at him. He wouldn't give them any fucking time of day, because he's a fucking monster. Yeah. So
Putin's fucked, man. People don't know, like, I don't know. Everything's fucked, and every time you say anyone else is fucked, people are like, but actually America's fucked. And it's like, I never said America wasn't fucked, but right now I'm talking about this other people being fucked, and it's fucked, man. It's all fucked. Everything's fucked. Putin's fucked. He was essentially like a secret police, you know, like for Russia. He disappeared people.
He was the head of the KGB. He was the head of the KGB.
Yeah, that's not what you want fucking being a politician. Like imagine being as shitty as Trump, but also you just killed political dissidents for your living before you ascended to power. It's just like, and there's more specifics too. It's just like, it's just fucked. And that people don't know, whatever. I've been watching stuff, Jeff. You know, you hear about this, you see this, you hear about this. Our friend Steve Agee is in a show called Peacemaker. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
He's doing honestly a really great performance. I want to know what he thinks of it, because I think it's a really great performance. I love his character. I love his line reads and stuff. It's all really great. He plays a guy named John Economos, who's kind of, you know, one of these kind of white nerd archetypes in your average group. You know, you have like an office work setting, and one of the guys is like a big nerd kind of guy, you know, like me. It's like a kind of me archetype. I don't know, that's being too generous of me, but he's really good. Peacemaker's really good. But I've been watching, they just brought back Raised by Wolves. Jeff, have you ever heard of Raised by Wolves?
I mean, I've heard of the concept, but I didn't know there was a TV show.
Yeah, Ridley Scott, you know, from Alien or whatever the fuck, has this HBO Max series. I think it was made for Sci-Fi or something, but then it got like put on HBO Max. HBO Max bought it. I don't know. But it's a crazy sci-fi show about these two androids like arrive on this alien planet, and like one of the androids starts plugging in like fetuses to her body and like growing fetuses into babies, and then she like births the babies and starts raising these kids and kind of creating, it's like this, it's a colony, or, you know, they're kind of trying to create like a colony, and they're androids, so they don't understand humans, you know, and also it's crazy sci-fi shit. And then there's also this like war between atheists and this religious cult, and it follows them to the planet. It just gets fucking insane. Everything that happens is just fucking insane. The whole first season, I can't even say I liked it. I just had no handhold to get, like, there was you couldn't sink your teeth into anything. None of it made sense. It might as well have just been blurs and flashes, because it was just a bunch of random shit happening. And it was all like, well, at some point I must start to understand something about this show, so I'm going to keep watching until that happens. Never happened. The whole season ended. I still had no fucking idea. This season, I kind of have some understanding of what's going on, and I'm enjoying it a lot more. Like I said, I can't really say.
I don't know if I have the stamina to stick with a show that gave me that much.
You gotta watch it until you turn it off, because it's just insane, and I think it's worth it. Same way it's worth it to do mushrooms or something.
When was it made?
Just the past couple of years. I watched it. I think I watched it in quarantine. It aired during quarantine.
And what kind of show is Peacemaker?
It's like, just one of these superhero bullshit. You know, I love superheroes, but I would never recommend it to people.
Is it one of those James Gunn things? Because I know he's okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's good. It's good. You know, it feels like his version of Suicide Squad, which I also really liked, and I hated the first Suicide Squad. So, you know,
I can't with the action movies anymore.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, I went and saw. I liked Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't go. Aren't there two of them? I didn't go.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the other one.
Me neither.
I watched Wonder Woman on a plane. I liked it. Like I wouldn't go to the theater just to go see it. The new Batman, I fucking absolutely stopped caring about Batman 1,000 episodes, or sequels ago. Mm-hmm. Can't do it. I just don't like shouty and blow 'em ups anymore. I seriously sit at home and record TCM and watch 1939 black and white screwball comedies, or like bleak dramas, set in Poland and shit like that. Like, then once in a while you go, okay, I want to have some fun. Let's watch a James Bond movie or something like that. But
sure. These Marvel movies are ruining cinema.
What was I did like, it was the first time I went to a movie theater after they lightened up on the lockdown stuff. Mm-hmm. And I went and saw by myself, down at the Alamo Draft House downtown. First time I'd ever been there. And I just wanted bubblegum, popcorn, tent pole shit.
Sure.
I didn't. I needed to just be like go on a joyride, and it was the I forget how it's really called, but something in the Legend of the Ten Rings. That one.
Oh, Shang-Chi. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
No, I want to see it. I'm gonna subscribe to Disney Plus so I can watch all this shit.
I was really stoked to see it on a big screen and be kind of blown away by. But also, I love martial arts stuff. Like I love all the Crouching Tiger kind of stuff. So there's a lot of that, like wire work and really artistic. So it's not just a bunch of bros screaming at each other. So it's a lot more thoughtful and yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting when the world's interesting, you know?
Yeah, I agree. Like I guess I like Deadpool. I didn't love it. Like it's just not my cup of tea, you know, like it's
sure.
They did a great job at it. And so like I'm not talking shit about it. Wonder Woman was awesome, but it ended 5 times. It's like it just fucking the end. End. Fam. F-I-N. Just pull the plug.
Yeah. No, everyone needs to have their thing.
What was the one? Artificial Intelligence a long time ago with Tom Cruise. Remember that?
No, no, I'm not. AI was the one with the little boy, the creepy Haley Joel Osment, right? So artificial intelligence.
Wait, maybe I'm thinking of AI.
Minority Report?
Minority Report. Thank you. Okay. I don't know. It's a long time ago, and again,
no. I've never watched it, so
we went and saw Shrab and Harmon went and saw it in the theater at the Vista in Los Feliz, and the movie was so long that the 3 of us started having panic attacks. like, are we? They're never going to let us go. Like, this is the rest of our life. Rob had a hoodie on and was pulling the drawstrings until it was just like Kenny from South Park, because like he needed to hide from the universe. And then we got out of there and went and had a drink at the bar next door, and just talked about that movie for 3 hours, and not in a praiseworthy way.
Yeah, never seen it. I mean, people like it though, right? It's a popular movie, you'd say.
Yeah, people like Vladimir Putin.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. You know that Vladimir Putin, that's a movie. You know,
but every time I hear his name on the news or now at he's mentioned at the Winter Olympics or whatever. One of my favorite memes is a him with his shirt off, of course, and he's photoshopped, instead of being on a horse, he's riding a bear. Mm-hmm. And it's the whoa-oh on top. Whoa-oh, we're halfway there. Whoa-oh, ... Whoa-oh, Putin on a bear. So there's a lot of those. There's a lizard on a chair. So there's a rabbit hole you can go down, but I can't hear Vladimir Putin without thinking that.
Yeah, I call him Disputin.
Oh, shit.
Because he's disputing the borders of other sovereign nations.
I call him Putin on the shits.
Oh, there's an episode title, right?
Because we're taping this on the 6th of February.
Yeah.
2022. I have this terrible feeling that by the time we record another one, there's an invasion in the Ukraine, because they're all around the borders right now.
Yeah, they're gearing up. They've been mounting up their what do you call it? Their numbers. And I just saw an article that said there's going to be they're 70% of the way there, and they're still filling up. So yeah, they're probably gearing up. Someone just posted that they declared a state of emergency in Ottawa, Canada, in response to this trucker convoy. So that sounds new. Well, you hear about this trucker convoy?
A little bit, yeah.
Well, it turns out the Nazis are at it again, Chef. They're going on a terrorist rampage in a city in Canada.
I don't want Canadian Nazis. Just don't do it for me. The way a good old-fashioned German Nazi does.
You know what's weird about Canadian Nazis, Jeff, is they're like, we want to kill indigenous people and all these other people. Oh, get out of my country. But you'll still get free health care. Like, we're not going to argue about that. Like, the conservatives still have these weird social ideas that they get from being a Canadian citizen. You know, their idea of Canadian conservative is just a little bit different than America. So it's just funny that they're like, the blood will not replace, whatever.
Yeah,
because and then they're like, but also healthcare.
In my experience from traveling, like doing comedy shows throughout North America, we do a lot of Canada. So we do the West Coast, the East Coast, and in between. We don't do a whole lot of Manitoba. What's there? Winnipeg?
Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we do most of the coast, but we do a lot of Alberta. We do a lot of Ontario. We do a million shows in Ontario, but it's so much like the U.S. in the sense that the coasts are very liberal, and the middle is very conservative. Like I say, it's blue and red, almost just like we are.
Yeah, it's just cold mountain country. There's a lot of places like Texas and shit, right?
Yeah, like Calgary or Alberta is Texas because it's beef and it's oil. Like it really is a cold Texas. And speaking of Canada, what my favorite current, well, that's hard to pick a favorite, winter sport at the games is curling. And I've been popping into the drawing room, and I've got the whole bar watching it now. And now everybody's super into mixed doubles curling, four person curling. We're all getting like all hooked up and like knowing the lingo and stuff on it. I'm pretty sure the men's U.S. curling team are all Trumpy. I think there was a photo of them last Winter Games, and they all had red ball caps on, and I think that was code.
And what could be more masculine and virile than sweeping ice? Daintily sweeping ice like you have a stick up your ass.
Spencer, there was nothing dainty about it. It is fucking
hardcore. It's hardcore.
It's
you have to do bench presses before you can sweep good, I'm sure.
You try it.
I did. I just got a car broom, a collapsible car broom. So I can pull it out. I can sweep around my car and put it back.
That's genius.
Isn't
I tried curling in college, and I got to say, it is a lot harder than it looks. Like there was a requirement that we picked some kind of team sport that we all had to do. So I thought, well, I'll do curling because I'm a wuss and I can't do anything. That is so hard. Like I don't know how they do. I'm not saying it's strenuous. I'm just saying it's a very difficult sport.
No, it's like
it's dainty.
When they're sweeping that ice, they're really, really going for it, and the matches are long, and. I don't want to hear any shit talk about curling. I will turn this podcast around.
It's not that curling's bad. It's just that if you're trying to be cool, it's a stupid way to do it. We can respect what curling is, and what it is fundamentally absurd and interesting for that reason.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I think it's created by lonely Scottish people out in the frozen lake, and they were just rolling granite rocks around, and to make it curl around a blocker of ice, that you sweep the ice and you make a little path for it to curl into. It's good shit.
I just want to circle back and say, yeah, of course, curling is harder than it looks, because that's like saying chewing gum is hard. It's like, yeah, it looks impossibly easy. Nothing could possibly be as easy as curling looks. Of course it's hard.
Spencer, they got one slippy shoe on so they can slide, and you got another little sticky, like grippy shoe. And it's amazing that they don't wipe out all the time. They were I think it was either last Winter Olympics or one before, NBC Sports did a fluff piece trying to hip people in the US to curling, and they had all these famous top of the line athletes I don't know, LeBron James or I forget who it was, but all these famous incredibly athletic people, and they couldn't stay on their feet for 1 second. They were just completely breaking their ass. It was hilarious.
Sure. Yeah. No, ice is crazy. I don't, I've eaten shit on ice. I've really fucked myself up. I have lingering knee pain from falling in the ice in Portland. It's, but there's impressive things that are stupid, right? It's I could eat 100 hot peppers. It's yeah, no, that's impressive. It's stupid as hell. Okay. I mean, good. Yeah. But to be clear, moving around deftly on ice, that's an impressive and useful skill in a lot of circumstances. Yeah. I can respect that for sure.
Yeah, there's a Russian 15-year-old gal who she just skated her short format last night, and it was so perfect that the commentators didn't even know what to say. She was absolutely like that was just perfect. Like that. Like she's making a clown out of everybody, and she's a 15-year-old. Unbelievable.
That's what's crazy about the Olympics is just like, man, who has the talent? It's like, it's really interesting to see, who's like there. The other interesting thing about curling, because I'm not done with my 15-minute set on curling, but another interesting thing is, like you said, how you change up the game is by organizing who's doing it. Like, what would you say, like mixed doubles and stuff? Like, in running, it's like, well, who can run, 100 meters, 100 meters with hurdles or whatever the fuck. And it's like, well, let's just put you together and you'll sweep. And then now you guys can sweep.
I love it. Can't get enough of it. It's also
it's cool.
It's a great bar game because the sound doesn't have to be on, because it's basically really weird looking shuffleboard with giant granite stones rolling around, not rolling around, sliding around.
That's why it's cool, because shuffleboard is cool, and it's big shuffleboard.
It's giant shuffleboard with brooms and the granite is all harvested, I think, from like one island in Scotland. So it all comes from this one place. They're incredibly expensive. And they're heavy. And
how heavy are they?
I don't know, Kevin. Like 40 pounds, something like that. They're heavy.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how much,
I feel
but
probably maybe
it's so heavy.
More than 40. But they look cool. Curling stones look cool as hell.
I saw a documentary about how they make them, and it's like it's like a full industry for this one little place. I want to say Scotland, where the sport, I believe, was invented, which is why Canada is so great at it, because so many Scots live there and have migrated there. But the ice, if you take a curling stone, and again, if I'm boring everyone to death, that's on you, because this is fascinating shit. If you took a curling stone and took it to a hockey rink and tried to slide it, it wouldn't really slide because it's maybe too heavy. When they do the ice and the curling sheets, they smooth out the ice like a regular ice rink, and then they sprinkle water on it, and it freezes and beads up. And so the stones are gliding across the beads, like they call it pebbling. And I just like, it's so, I'm not disagreeing that it sounds dumb to somebody who doesn't know what it is. I find it so specific and so completely weird that it's riveting.
But that's what I mean. That's why it's weird to be all like a Trump guy and be all like, curling. It's like, there's nothing wrong with curling. I play Dungeons and Dragons. Are you fucking kidding me? But let's be real. It's insane. It's weird. It's like Dungeons and Dragons is weird. I'm not going to try and pass it off as not weird. Podcasting is weird. This is insane.
Yeah.
But curling is too.
I guess name a sport that isn't weird. Basketball's weird. You have to bounce a ball, or otherwise you get in trouble if you don't bounce it enough, and then you got to throw it through a basket.
Yeah, you got to bounce it right.
You got to bounce it right. You can't bounce it wrong, and then you got to put it in a little hole. That's
And people whistle at you.
Yeah,
there's a striped man whistles at you.
Yeah, all the time. That's their job, is to whistle at you. not like in a creepy way.
Well, it depends on the ref, I think.
What's the line from Fletch? Because Chevy Chase's Fletch is really into the Lakers. And at the end of the movie, I forget the actress's name. She goes, "I don't understand basketball. It just seems like a bunch of guys with thyroid problems dribbling." It's called, their job is to dribble.
Yeah, dribble. Yeah. Oh, they're just dribbling. So you know what dribbling is. It's not like you're saying they're slapping the ball at the floor. Like, no, you know what dribbling is. You get that it's a sport. Like, yeah, everything can be reduced to absurdity for sure.
We're either going to we might have to call this whole episode Sports Corner, because this has been the longest Sports Corner of all time.
Yeah, I was thinking that it would be, the Sports Corner music is funny. So I just want to update you guys. I'm trying to start a Twitch stream of D&D with some people. and it's going to be really crazy. And I've been trying to think about D&D and stuff a lot. So that's what I've been doing. I wrote Jeff, I wrote a type of bard. You know how you're a swashbuckler?
Yeah.
You could be different kinds of things. I wrote a type of bard that's a stand-up comedian bard who has like abilities relating to stand-up comedy. And so it's, I don't know. It's been fun thinking about D&D and stuff.
So if he tells a really good like punchline, he gives his team extra charisma or extra.
Yeah, so what bards can do is they can basically give you a bonus roll to stuff that you do, but then depending on how a bard kind of grows up, then they could use that dice for other stuff. So this kind of what they'll do is they'll make an enemy, they'll debuff an enemy and make an enemy like more likely to fail. But then if they fail, the bard will roast their ass and deal damage to them, like they're just making fun of them for failing. So that's, and then later, if you roast their ass, you could later do a callback to it and burn them even more.
Oh, you mean like comedy roast? I think like they like light them on fire. Oh, so they
take fire damage, but it's because the burn is so powerful.
Magically. I love that. That's very funny.
So that's the kind of stuff you could get on my Patreon. I'm trying to release stuff every month, that's fun D&D stuff like that, because that's the thing, we do fun D&D, right? That's the kind of D&D we do. You could go find other D&D places that are really like by the book and stuff, but it's like, get crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, make it your own.
Yeah.
Kevin, how have you been, man?
Doing good. Actually, I was just looking this up because the chat's been talking about this.
Oh, no.
Almost exactly 4 years ago to today, Jeff talked about curling at the last Olympics.
Oh, yay!
Mentioning the fact that there were guys with red ball caps on and how it seemed kind of Trumpy, and so you stopped watching.
I stopped kind of rooting for that. What it's been? Yeah, that's of course. Are you telling me that I've ever repeated myself?
Just this month.
Okay, just one time.
Yeah.
No, I think it's impressive that you actually accurately remembered they were Trump. Like it's your story's the same. People can't accuse you of lying.
What it's been so far is the mixed doubles. So it's a man and a woman on both sides, and I like the communication. The teamwork is less macho and less broy. And not to be a sleazebag, but I'm sure I talked about this 4 years ago too. I pray to God that the captain of the women's French team is still there, because, wow.
She's yep. How's everybody doing?
Très chaud. Yeah. I'm doing all right, man.
The other thing about curling is that men curl like this, but women curl like this.
Well, do you know the difference between black people and white people? How you know how white people curl, right? Well, a black person. So speaking of debuffing,
what is this, Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Poor Joe. Poor Joe.
It's hard for me, the thinking man's Joe Rogan. What an awkward spot I put myself into.
Yeah, you're in hot water, baby.
I'm essentially canceled by proxy. Yes. I'm the thinking man's canceled.
I am blissfully, completely unaware. I've never liked his comedy, so I don't know anything about his podcasts, except I overhear people saying that he's a pain in the ass. And
he's just always been a racist, but just no one has ever cared. And now wider society is wait, he actually is a racist. But it's like, yeah, no, we've been saying that. He's said negative things about gay people. He's like, I wouldn't want my kid in Boy Scouts with a gay camp leader, and then made jokes about it. Like he hates everything, but just nobody cares because he hasn't really been a real anything other than a podcaster. But the Spotify is legitimacy,
Do you get the feeling that he actually believes this, or he's just an ersatz Howard Stern or Rush Limbaugh?
I think he does actually believe it. I mean, I think you can pass him off as, and it's even if he is like that, even if he doesn't believe it, it's bad enough. But I mean, I think that there is a consistency in a lot of this stuff that I think, at some point it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I do believe the way he talks about black people is just he associates them with monkeys and low intelligence and stuff. And he has on very flagrant racists to talk about race science. So it's like it would be either of those things is bad, but he does both of them. It's like that's subscribing to the belief and talking to people about it.
Wow.
It's bad.
I've never seen him live. I just when I first had Sirius XM comedy channels, and he would pop on there. So I was like, oh, this is like going back to I don't like shouty. I don't like shouty dude stuff. Like the guys that just scream at you. Like
I know.
Like for instance,
is that funny?
This might make people bummed out because a lot of people love him, and he's supposed to be an absolutely lovely guy. I know people that know him, other comics, and like he couldn't be a sweeter dude. I cannot stand Lewis Black because he's just yelling. It's like that volume does not ensure quality. Like you're screaming your setup, like maybe scream the punchline, but still I don't like it. It's like your whole act is just yelling at me.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. I think I'm a little bit more tolerant of than you, but that's like a barrier I feel like I had to kind of for the longest time I was like, I'm just not. It's just not for me, you know. But now I think I kind of respect him a little bit.
Yeah, and also like I'm not going to name names because these are comics that I think are really funny. They're still really funny, and they didn't get cancel cultured or Me Too'd or anything like that. But so much of their act, and we've certainly talked about this before, and I'm not the first person to bring this up, but it's getting so much better now. It's getting like 1,000,000 times better than it was about 10, 15, 20 years ago, where there weren't a lot of female comics that got stage time and airtime and stuff. And the guys, all misogynist, not all, just rampant misogyny, mommy issues, women are monsters, women are sluts. And that's their act. And some of the funniest people, they listen to these sets and like, oh man, this comic, I don't even want to say his name because I used to love and adore him. Then you go like, oh shit, a huge hunk of your shit is hating women. And like, it's just, God.
But I mean, those ideas used to be mainstream. So when you're making jokes about them, it wasn't even necessarily subverting it. It was almost like observational humor with a little bit of edge. And then it became more like, oh, this is the counterculture and stuff. But it's I don't know. But we shouldn't be taking shots without being willing to have these people on. So, I know that Kevin brought Joe Rogan into the waiting room again to defend himself. Kevin, do you want to let him in?
No,
yes.
No, absolutely not.
We've asked him to keep it to under 20 N-words while he's on the show.
Well, I think Kevin's got his finger on the what do you call it?
The cough button.
Sensor. Yeah, the cough button. Yeah, or as Joe Rogan calls it, the N-word button.
He calls it the N button.
Yeah, but
no, he doesn't. He certainly did not have an N button for a while.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's like it also, I don't know, whatever. It used to be less gauche to even do that. It's like it wasn't something you did. It was something that got people mad, but it wasn't something you'd necessarily be able to like get people in trouble for. Which is that's more progress. I don't know.
What do you think? What would you like to see happen to him? Anything at all, or just let him do his thing and hang himself by his own rope? Or
I don't want to get arrested, man. There's so much destruction I wish I could unleash on so many people, and it's hard to think in terms outside of those because I don't see a better solution personally.
Right, give me some D&D music. We're gonna do a combat between you and Joe Rogan right now. And Kevin, do you want to play Joe Rogan or shall I play Joe Rogan?
You should. You got the better imitation for sure.
I don't even know what he sounds like. He sounds gravelly.
I have the better. What are you talking? I have the Joe Rogan impression.
Okay.
It's just Kermit.
That's how he sounds.
That's Miss Piggy. All right, here we go. Spencer, you walk into a recording studio and you've been asked to be on the air with me, Joe Rogan. What do you say?
Oh, I have a gun and I'm going to use it.
I run out of the room and bolt the door behind me.
Now it's my show. Now I have all the audience. And let me tell you the truth. Racism is bad.
Okay. You see, everybody, there's a lesson there.
This is what I'm talking about. The solution is obvious. We're just not doing anything.
No, but I think that's a great lesson. Even though you did threaten him with a firearm.
That's what needs to happen, I think.
Okay.
I think we need to threaten him with a firearm. I'm going to get arrested.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, you can say that you just can't do your perfect Joe Rogan impression while you say it.
Yeah, that happens as a free flowing exchange of ideas meant for that occasionally touches on mature subject matter. We can't be held accountable if you get freaking triggered.
You mentioned debuffing earlier. What does that mean?
Oh, okay. So in video games, debuffs are negative status effects. Like, like in video games, sometimes you get poisoned, where every turn you'll take damage,
right?
Or maybe you'll get blinded, so you have a lower accuracy. That's kind of a debuff is a blanket term for stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a penalty.
Because when you said that, I've debuffed myself. I am so scrawny right now. My arms. I have no muscles. There's like you can see my ribs, but I still have a tiny, like a little bit of softness around them. It's not like I have like Jesus abs. I'm not like emaciated like all the way around, but my little legs are embarrassingly scrawny. And oh my God, like getting up and down the stairs, and I'm holding both handrails. Like I'm going to die. And going back to the gym when you're this thin. Like that's also, I'll die there. I'll die 5 times that day.
Yeah, I want to go to the gym. I've really been interested in trying to go to the gym recently, just to do some simple exercises and stuff, because I leave my house so often. It's like if I left my house and it's like go to the gym for like even 5 minutes, like do like one, lift or something and call it a day. I feel like that's something I might be able to work into my routine if I'm bored enough, but I'm just afraid now. I don't want to go outside.
It's so stupid. Like if every day, I'm not going to say all of us, but like some of you are probably incredibly fit. Some of you don't care about fitness at all. I just care about being able to fit into my suits and not panting and passing out when I'm doing a show. And if just every day I did a little there's little 5-minute hotel room workouts where you do some squats, you do some push-ups, you do some things and some whatever the fucks, like you do some jumping jacks. If you just did that every day, you'd be in shape. 5 minutes. Also, I think if I played 10 minutes of Duolingo every day, I'd speak 17 languages. I've said this a million times, but you know how much Angry Birds 2 I've played over the last 3 months?
What's the difference between 2 and 1?
I've never played 1. I just came across Angry Birds 2, and it's don't play it. If you don't know it, run away. It's so dumb, but I love the graphics and it's cute. And yeah.
I used to play, what was it? Oh, I used to play Plants vs. Zombies. Amazing game. Love Plants vs. Zombies. And then they came out with Plants vs. Zombies 2, and it was like fine, but it just sucked. And it was structured differently, and it's like, why didn't you just make a second version of the first game? I think the way they did it was more kind of like microtransaction-y and bullshit like that. So of course that's how they do it. But man, the first one was so good.
I've never seen a game series just so quickly evolve into microtransactions. Bullshit, just nonsense. It went from like the most popular game in the world to no one has mentioned that game in 5 years to me. No one even remembers it now because they killed it so hard.
And now explain for me, I'm not a gamer. Microtransactions, I think I can imagine what that means, but
they just want you to spend money in little ways. It's like, you can only take 2 levels today, and you have to wait till the next day to do more levels. Yeah. But if you spend money, you can do 5 levels, stuff like that.
It's not because I can't afford a $2.99 boost of my.
No, it's the principle.
It's like I played Clash of Clans years ago with a group of friends from Channel 101, and it was really fun. But then you go to war with some people you don't know, and you're like, oh shit, like I don't want to let the team down. So I probably spent like $5 here, $5 there. I would say all told, maybe tops $50. And it did not make the game more fun. So when I play little freemium games like that, I just out of principle don't do it because it does not improve the entertainment value of looking at your stupid ass phone and watching a bird fly into a pig.
Yeah, no, you can't beat that. It's unbeatable. You can't, like, if you put a little hat on the bird, it's not better,
I wonder if there's a really good, entertaining curling app game.
There you go.
Because if there isn't, there ought to be. I bet there is. You know there fucking is. When you
And
go
it
to
better
Canada,
be mixed doubles.
if you're from Canada, you know what I'm talking about. When I go to Canada, you go into a restaurant or a bar that anywhere that has TVs on the wall. If hockey's not happening, it's curling, and it's day and night. Like curling is on the air all the bloody time, but it's great because you can just sit there and eat the snack mix and watch people spin a rock.
Yeah, man. And what a rock. Again, it's a very nice rock. I
want to rock. I want to rock.
Rock. Kevin, hit the music. Hit the I Want to Rock music drop that we queued up.
Give me some Twisted Sister right now.
I wish.
Yeah. I don't know. You don't want to play D&D, do you? We hate that, right?
I'm down for whatever. I can't find my last time notes. I don't know where I put whatever we did last time. So
those would have been such interesting notes too.
Wait, hold up. I'm gonna roll the chair away for 1 second.
All right. Jeff finding his notes is brought to you by the fire that's on Jeff's camera. You can see there's like a frame photo. There's fire. It looks like the photo itself is on fire, or maybe it's a photo of fire. But that's what the show is brought. You can't find them? No,
they're lurking somewhere. I have, because people know that I like as a gift. I like notepads and nice paper, and I like pens. And I think it's on a notepad downstairs, but I have like 90 notepads downstairs, so that's not.
I do that too. I have like 2 spiral bound notebooks. I have 2 kind of like notepads. I have like multiple sticky notepads, and then I have moleskins, like in like actual straight up notebooks. You know,
this one by Fabriano has been my That Happens one. And what I love about it is it opens completely flat. There's no bulge in the middle, so to speak. Unlike me, where there is a little bulge in the middle.
Hey,
I've been actively debuffing. I'm weak as a fucking kitten, you guys. I had a hangover the other day, and I woke up and I was like, and I hadn't eaten, and I tried to get downstairs, and I was like, I was taking like not one step at a time. I was like, one step. Like I was going half speed down the stairs because I was afraid I was just gonna break my neck.
You got long COVID, bro. Bro got long COVID.
Fuck that COVID shit, man.
Bro got long COVID.
Are you all clear, Kevin, from your COVID long haul symptoms?
I think so. I don't think I have anything left at this point. Yeah. So that makes me happy.
Long COVID, it's a autoimmune disorder, and those affect women at like 2 to 3 times more, generally. Interesting note. That's why, no one cares about autoimmune disorders, is because, women are marginalized by society.
My male friend has lupus. Does that count?
Yeah, it definitely can affect men. It's just less common.
As if, women have been getting a free ride physically for so long. They got it so easy in terms of what they have to go throughout life and pain wise and childbirth and shit.
Nature's 3D printers.
Oh God.
Is that a cool thing to say? Is that cool?
I think that might polarize a little bit. I mean,
that's why I'm the thinking man's Joe Rogan.
You really are. That's a good episode title, by the way.
I think we need to lose the heat first. We might have to wait for the heat to die down. Well, so do you think it's downstairs? Because I could do another ad if you really want. I mean, if you want, but we don't need them. It's not important.
No, you give me your recap, and we'll take it from there.
All right.
Kevin, read my quick notes if that would help.
Yes. I'm sure these will be good.
These make no sense. Okay, so we're in the Salt Marsh, and we just returned from our last mission. We got 1,000 gold pieces. So we gave that to Big Copper out of appreciation to him. And in thanks for that, he's making us some stuff that I don't think we really know what, but he's making something for us. So the kind of mayor of Saltmarsh told us our next mission, if we will take it, is to go to the Isle of Gale. And there's a crab fishing village called Crabton. and we're gonna go there to go after Nightshade, the deadliest pirate ever. And Oculon, who's in the cult of the cool eyes, gonna come along with us with his ship full of little eyeball guys. Is that a decent summary?
Yeah, that was hilarious, Kevin. Great job. No, those are really good notes. That was really good.
How many eyeball guys?
I don't think it's specified. Maybe I said 12 or something, but it's certainly...
I think you said like a dozen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oculon. And what was Oculon's? I know he's like the eyeball guy, but what's his kind of race class status? What's his
He's
deal
a
again?
dwarf. He's a dwarf warlock, but he's a cultist.
But he's down to clown with us. Like he's not like a bad dude as far as we can tell.
Yeah, you met him through Crunch. Crunch is a Dragonborn guy that you've met a couple times. And just one time Crunch showed up with Oculon, and since then Oculon's kind of just been showing up here and there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's. Are we playing music, or is it something that we hear live, or have we added in later?
Yeah, let's do it.
I guess let's do it just to make it official.
Let's literally roll the dice.
Let's roll it, let's roll. Like what they said on the 9/11 flight. Didn't they say like let's roll before they tried to take down the terrorists or something?
Oh, I thought you said I thought you were saying the terrorists said let's roll. Okay.
I would hope they did as well. It's a cool thing to say. Last time on Harmontown, the deadly pirate known as Nightshade attacked Saltmarsh for mysterious reasons. No one has seen or heard of Nightshade. Well, they've heard of him. No one has seen the mysterious deadly Nightshade and who knows how long, this mysterious pirate. But as a result, this Council of Olds and Hush Money specifically requested our heroes go and take on this deadly force who had holed up in Crabton on the Isle of Gale. They decided to do that because they like money and they like revenge and they like, adventure and stuff. So that's what they decided to do. But Jeff, or Fuzzy Knuckles, he was like, we'll need a ship and we'll need a crew. And Oculon was like, I got those. We got these eyeballs and the ship is the Colt's got a ship with the eyeballs and spell cannons. It'll be great. And so you set off to have a nice rest to get ready for the inevitable ship setting sail and such, for the adventure was about to begin. Now, I don't know, whatever.
All right. So, are we down by the ship?
You remember that though? They said it was let's roll. Like there was like a thing that was, I don't know.
How do we know they said that?
I just feel like there was recordings or something and they tried and failed, or they brought the plane down instead of into where it was supposed to hit. They just brought it down or something. But they said, let's whatever.
If that's, I don't know if I've ever heard that, but that's pretty badass.
Yeah, it was. They stopped terrorism, We all should be so lucky. Right?
Yeah. I'd trade places with any one of those passengers in a moment. We should all be so lucky.
It's just, it's a better cause than dying, for instance, because you don't believe in COVID vaccinations or something.
I worry, Spencer, that now that Joe Rogan might be out of a job, that you're really kind of angling to be the new thinking man's Joe Rogan for real.
Yeah, no, it's actually I've been hoisted on my own petard. Like this was never supposed to go this far, but sometimes you just get taken up with the rhetoric and stuff.
Do you think that if you were asked, like let's say whoever produces his podcast or whatever is a big That Happens fan or a big Harmontown fan, and we got to do, let's go a different direction. Let's bring in this great, funny, kind of nerdy, intellectual D&D playing guy. He's like the exact opposite. And we're just going to take it a different direction. We can still discuss issues, but it'll be lighter. It'll be more woke. The Nazis will not get away with what they're doing. And, but then I think I could see you being swept up in the tide and letting power corrupt you, and then like 2 years later, you're just in Bomb City. That's what I think.
Well, I'm not gonna pretend like, I'm a good person. I can imagine being in such a desperate state where it's like, I guess I'll just try and just become one of these right-wing cranks because otherwise I don't have a job. That seems like something that I might do. I'd like to think I'm above that, but who knows? But I wouldn't go on Joe Rogan's show unless, again, I got to bring my gun and announce it and take over the show, and then tell people that the racism was wrong. And hopefully we'd be streaming live so they wouldn't be able to cut or edit, That's what I do. And
why don't we channel your thinly sublimated rage against Joe Rogan into kicking some ass against Nightshade, who is just every bit as reprehensible?
Yeah. So it's the next morning.
Sorry, real quick. So it's me, John DeFever. And you're Oculon, right? So we have no Big Copper, right? Okay, gotcha.
Well, we don't have Big Copper right now, but in the morning, Big Copper shows up and he's like, "Hey there, babies! I finished the equipments."
Oh,
yep.
Show us what you got, Big Copper.
All right, for you, Captain Fuzzy Knuckles, and Lil Uzi Vert T-shirt.
A little Uzi? What?
It's a no. That was I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. Here you go. I call it the grappling gun.
Ooh.
It's like a Batman grappling gun. He says it has two settings: spike hook and magnet. So depending on what you want to do, it shoots. The maximum range is 120. So the range is 60/120, and it'll do damage if you hit someone with it, and you can kind of pull them in, or you can use it to do kind of crazy acrobatics tricks and stuff.
Yeah, I mean every swashbuckler could use a grappling hook. That's one of the best ways to grapple.
Yeah, and again, you could shoot people in the head and shit. It's cool. But and for you, Johnny DeFever. Don't think I forgot about you. I present to you the Magnet Gauntlet. It's infused with the same power that's in my great and impressive armor. But if you cast a spell using the Magnet Gauntlet, you can apply a magnetic effect on it. And it'll empower your magic, and you can knock people down or suck them around with magnetal power. So you can do that. I'll write down the description, and you can put it in your character sheet later.
That sounds incredibly powerful. Thank you so much, Big Copper.
They're both pretty cool, I gotta say. And don't think I forgot about you, Oculon. For you, I have the world's biggest contact lens.
Whoa.
And he puts it on Oculon's eye.
Does he get increased vision or something like that?
No, but it prevents it from, physical damage that, if like someone shoots you in the eye or something, like it's good for that.
Just side talk. How big is Oculon's eye? Like how big are we talking?
It's about the size of a grapefruit.
Okay.
So like way, way big.
Yeah,
but,
gotcha.
And now it's time for me to leave because but if you want to see me again, I'm here, or if you need me for missions and stuff, whatever.
We're going on a mission right now. You don't want to come along with us?
I'll come. Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Oh, wow, you really fought like a lion there, BC.
Yeah, I'm here to help. I don't want to insist.
Well, did you make yourself anything new while you were making stuff for us? Did you spruce up any of your weaponry or armor?
Well, I tell you what, I actually spruced up my own armor first. Look at this. He has this really impressive, like, mechanized kind of breastplate that has, like, pistons and magnets and this big gem on the front. It, like, crackles with electrical energy and stuff. And he's like, I call this electro armor.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, okay, you know what? But I think between the four of us and Oculon's minions, eyeball minions, I think Nightshade is in a world of trouble.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the ship, I forgot. And he whistles, and you see out of the water, like a submarine, rises this sleek black metal ship. It's definitely one of the nicest kind of looking vessels. It's the kind that you might associate with like a king, their private vessel or something. It's maybe not that elaborate, or but it has this really unique design sense. A lot of clean straight lines. It kind of looks like a torpedo or something. It's black. It's made out of black metal with red trim. You can see kind of like the decks are kind of designed again more like a submarine. So there's not railings, and the top decks are kind of curved and stuff, and all the doors are hatches. There's not any mast. You can see ports that have interesting looking cannons. They're not like normal cannons. You remember him saying they're spell cannons, so that's probably what these are. They're unique looking magical cannons that are in these hatches. And yeah, you see 3 eyeballs on top. One is kind of in this giant bubble, which is kind of like the helm of this kind of weird ship. But yeah, it's like in a dome or a bubble, and the other 2 are kind of just standing on either side of the ship, looking off in different directions.
These are creatures, or is this like?
Yeah, these are eyeball monsters. So they are about the size of a beach ball. Or maybe even what's 1, 2? Yeah, like they're 3 feet in diameter. So giant eyeballs that have long tendrils coming out of the back, like as if like in gore movies when you like rip someone's eyeballs out and it has kind of like wriggling tail. They got like those, and they just float, and their tail kind of thing kind of twitches now and again. And so Oculon's like, these are summoned eyes, favors from the big cool eye himself. It's quite the compliment that you're being allowed to use these.
This is the shit's getting freaky. As one of my favorite,
I'm a fucked up guy.
As Sir Mix-a-Lot once said, you might not know him. He's a bard from where I came from. As Sir Mix-a-Lot once said, the posse's getting big and the posse's getting bigger. Let's climb aboard, mateys, and let's go kick a little pirate ass.
Yeah, so you see one of the eyes on your command. One of the eyes kind of turns and shoots a little laser at the edge of the ship, and it seems to activate some mechanism, because you see this metal kind of bridge or staircase kind of descend, kind of upon being hit by this magic blast. And yeah, it's like this pretty nice collapsible kind of staircase that you can kind of climb up on the ship.
All right, a gangway, if you will.
Yes. Okay. I knew there was. I was going to say. I kept wanting to say jetway, but it's like, no, it's not a fucking jetway.
No, when this thing appeared, did it actually come from underwater?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, so we have a whip ass submarine now.
No, you're borrowing a whip ass submarine. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's at our disposal.
Yes.
Now, so I'm not captaining this vessel. I'm assuming Oculon is the captain of this ship.
So Oculon's like, there's the captain, and he points to the bubble, which is, again, you don't see a helm or like a proper kind of steering wheel, but it looks like kind of some control unit or something. It's like just this bubble that kind of, it's very exposed looking. It just kind of comes up towards the back, and he's like, he'll listen to me, but he does what's best. But you're a captain, right?
I have been. You better believe it.
Yeah, well, they don't really talk, but they understand common. If you have any expertise, they're humble people.
Fantastic. Well, if they're in it to win it, and I mean, I'll let you guys, operate the vessel. But when it comes to combat, maybe it'll be all hands on deck, so to speak.
Sounds good. Let's go. So yeah, you all climb aboard. You go below decks. Again, it's nicer inside than you'd think. It's not like magically large, but it's not like a submarine in the sense that it's really cramped or anything, But yeah, there's a couple eyeballs that you kind of pass. They don't say anything, you can't really talk to them, or they don't really have any means of communicating intelligently, but they're kind of around doing, some of them are doing tasks, some of them just kind of look like they're floating. They're kind of inert, almost like they're sleeping, but they don't have eyelids, so that you don't know what closing their eyes might look like. But yeah, if you want to go around the ship, you can, or we can just kind of fast forward to getting to the island.
I say fast forward.
Yeah, so So the ship goes underwater at some point. It sails mostly on top of the water, but at some point it goes underwater, and then everybody roll dexterity saves because you can feel the ship being thrown around.
Oh God, it's been so long since I looked at my thing. Where's dexterity?
Let me see if I can grab your sheet.
I've got it here, but I just. Also, I shrunk it so it's too small to read.
The saves are kind of at the top, middle, but more to the left.
Oh, no. Okay. So I got a total of 17 for me.
Okay, so roll the save and then add 5, or I can roll it for you.
I rolled 11. I thought my dexterity was 6.
Oh, okay, so 6.
No, it's 4. Yeah, I got you. It's underneath the dexterity 18, but it's plus 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah. Okay. So yeah,
15.
you save. What about you, Kevin?
Does a D20 to roll?
Yeah, D20, and then you add your dexterity saving throw.
10 plus 3, 13.
Okay, yeah. So both of you, man, the ship just kind of shakes, but you know it's so violent, but you manage to pull some sort of crazy matrix moves to like brace yourself on the walls and shit, and the ship just starts whipping the fuck around. It's underwater. There's some portholes. And you can see like vicious rapids and stuff underwater. And the ship, it just starts spinning and you just completely lose control. It's violent. You know, it's violent. You're not sick to your stomach because you're managing to ride this out. But man, it's under the pull of like some crazy gales and stuff. And you recall, Fuzzy Knuckles, you know, you're a seaman. You recall that the island of Gale is surrounded by incredibly powerful whirlpools and violent currents and stuff. So the ship starts surfacing and you hear a pretty big crash, but not catastrophic. Like it collided with something, but it hasn't like ripped open the hull or anything. So yeah. And then Oculon, he crawls out of you know the hold or something, and he's like, "We're here." I don't know.
Oculon, has you or anybody aboard ever been to the Island of Gale before?
I haven't. No. Someone has, and they usually teleport. Well, I can't do that.
Okay, so we're doing it old school.
Yeah, I'm an errand boy. Whoever set up this deal with the deadly nightshade is like, you know, he's a fucking archmage.
What deal? What do you mean?
Oh, so the deal with Nightshade was Nightshade had slaughtered a whole village, and we love eyeballs, and so we were like, hey, what if you pick the eyeballs off of those corpses and sell them to us? And he was amenable to the deal, and so it was actually my job. This is why I have the ship, by the way. It was actually my job to go and pick up the eyeballs, but you guys want to kill him, and I'm your friend. You know, I'm always looking to solve problems, so we're going to kill him and take the eyeballs for free.
Okay. I like your style, Oculon.
Yeah. And, you know, justice and stuff. I don't know.
Do you think those corpses are still there and their eyeballs will still be all right? Wouldn't they have pecked out or picked up by crabs at this point?
They fucking better be still there, man. Like, I got this whole sack of gold that I'm supposed to buy these with. Like, he's not, I mean, I know we're killing him, but he's supposed to be holding up his end of the deal. But I will tell you, there's a spell called Gentle Repose that can be used to perfectly preserve body parts. So if he did it properly, you know, it should be good to go and safe.
All right. Okay. So are we landed? Have we struck ground here?
So this has all happened in the under decks of the ship. So he said that you've landed. So if you want to go topside, you can go topside. And it does, yeah, you've stopped moving. You don't know. Again, you've hit something. So maybe you're on rocks or who knows. It's unclear until you get up. You know?
Okay, well, I go up and ask one of the eyeballs to open a topside hatch for me.
Yeah, he shoots a beam at the hatch, and the hatch pops open. It seems like a lot of the stuff is meant to be opened through laser beams. Right. They have handles and stuff too, but obviously they can't use them very well. So yeah, you pop open the hatch, and what you see is a bunch of wrecked ships, but what you've hit is like a big rock. So you're kind of at like a natural formation of rocks that is right near the shore that like kind of prevents you from getting too close in anything other than say a rowboat rowboat or something,
Right.
you know. So you've come ashore, or you haven't ground, but you've hit pretty hard on these rocks, and then immediately past that is just giant rocks and cliffs. They go up about 60 feet, and then you also see what looks like a shrine or a pagoda, some sort of building, like an open air kind of building. Let's call it a shrine. It looks like a shrine, like maybe like a Japanese shrine or something. Not quite, but and then there's a bunch of wrecked ships that are all like nailed and boarded together. So it actually, what you can tell is that these ships have wrecked, but then have been renovated into kind of like shelters and like a loose kind of city. So not city, it's like 4 ships that have been kind of like cut up into kind of different.
Is it easy to get on land, or is there like a cliff that we're facing?
So you're on this rock where all these ships are. It's about 20 feet of a jump or a swim. I'm
asking, is there a cliff beyond that?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, all the ships are up against a cliff.
Cliffhanger!
Oh no,
we did it!
Oh no, we did it. I'm sorry. I didn't pick up on that. Thanks for doing that for me.
Well, sorry for my audio troubles, and thank you for helping that out. I'll try to get my Bluetooth rocking for next time.
Yeah, we'll get it. You got to get me to come over, man. I'll come over. We'll get it done.
All right. Great to see you both again, Mr. Buns, and
yeah, man.
And Happy Cheetos, thank you so much for watching / listening. We love you deeply and dearly, and drive fast and take as many chances as you feel safe in these rude and rough and ready times.
And always remember, comedians are not your hero. They're meant to take you on a scary journey through a spooky haunted house of horror. If you want to hold people accountable, look to your tax leaders for moral whatever the fuck. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.